Comprehension Instruction by Emily, Alyssa, and Mavish. Comprehension can be thought of as intentional thinking during which meaning is constructed through interactions between the text and the reader. The National Reading Panel analyzed data on reading comprehension and found three major themes. Firstly, reading comprehension is a process that occurs in the brain. It integrates complex skills and can't be fully understood without considering the critical roles of vocabulary learning and instruction and their development. Secondly, interactive strategic processes are key in developing reading comprehension. Finally, preparing teachers to develop these skills is critical and closely related to students' development of reading comprehension. Many factors can impact a child's ability to comprehend text. These may include things such as vocabulary, word knowledge, background knowledge, automaticity of decoding, fluent reading, understanding and use of strategies employed by effective readers, the nature of the text itself, such as difficulty and interest, the type or genre of the text, for example, fiction, nonfiction, and poetry, the amount of reading done by the student, motivation, purpose, goals, and engagement. In students with disabilities, the following may also be factors: developmental disabilities such as Down syndrome, specific learning disabilities such as dyslexia and dysphasia, attention, and memory.
When we think about how to best teach comprehension to students, we need to remember that reflection and drawing conclusions from written material is not a natural skill. Research has found that explicit teaching of comprehension skills is the most successful form of learning how to think critically about a text. A reader can best understand and absorb a text when using problem-solving thinking processes during reading. There are 16 categories of text comprehension instruction, with 7 backed with substantial evidence and research. These evidence-based practices include comprehension monitoring, cooperative learning or group work, where students discuss a text and share ideas, graphic organizers like story maps to create physical representations of read material, answering questions posed by a teacher and receiving immediate feedback, question generation by the reader herself about the text she has just read, story structure or sequencing events in a text to aid recall of detail, and finally, summarization, whereby the reader uses their own ideas to gather meaning about the main idea of the text. Research has found that the use of multiple text comprehension instruction strategies at the same time is more effective than any single strategy on its own. Additional work is currently being done about the benefits of teaching comprehension on a content-specific basis, such as teaching text comprehension in biology to aid overall comprehension and recall of important material. This is especially meaningful at the secondary level.
Vocabulary instruction directly affects reading comprehension. There are 2 types of vocabulary, oral and print. When a reader comes across an unfamiliar word in print, he or she can decode the print to speech. If the word is in the reader's vocabulary, they will be able to understand the text. On the other hand, if the word is not in the reader's vocabulary, the reader will have to determine the meaning by some other means like context clues, if possible. Hence, the larger a reader's vocabulary is, the easier it will be for that person to comprehend text. Studies have shown that vocabulary instruction increases comprehension. The instruction method, however, must be appropriate to the reader's age and ability. Learning words before reading a text will also help with comprehension. Other techniques include repeated exposure, including seeing the word in various contexts and substituting easy words for more difficult ones. In addition to direct vocabulary instruction, readers should receive indirect instruction through storybook context and by simply listening to others.
Research on teacher preparation and comprehension strategies instruction tells us that the better educated teachers are in providing instruction, the better student achievement and outcomes will be. Effective instruction needs to be explicit and systematic. It should include direct explanations of how and when to use a strategy. The teacher should show the students how to apply a strategy through modeling. Then there is guided practice, where the teacher supports students as they learn to apply the strategy. Finally, there is application, where the students are assisted until they can independently use the strategy. 2 programs that explicitly and systematically teach comprehension instruction are LindaMood-Bell and Read Well.
It is critical that comprehension strategies be taught to readers because, after all, comprehension is the purpose of reading.